Hello and welcome back to my road to completion guide from Metro Exodus. We're now in episode number 12. There's a lot of dialogue here at the beginning of this chapter. Of course, I've cut all that out for you guys. This is the part where Miller's grabbing his gun. You're making your way to the vehicle. But before we get into the vehicle, we need to make sure we grab our backpack. I'm going to show you guys what I like to have at this stage in the game in terms of my weapons. You can, of course, pick any weapons you want to here. We already have the trophy for getting our 10 kills. With the 10 different weapons. So at this stage in the game, guys, it's whatever you guys are comfortable with. Just make sure you have plenty of ammo, so forth and so on. Even though, to be honest with you guys, we're not going to be shooting too much. Okay. I like to roll with the Ashot and the Valve and the Helsing. Of course, you guys can pick whatever you want. I'm showing you that you can pick any modifications you want. It's really entirely up to you guys. But again, we're not going to be killing much of anything in this chapter. There will be a couple of enemies that we have to take out, but for the most part, it's going to be pretty smooth sailing, guys. In fact, your main issue is going to be your air filters, but I have you guys covered on that too, because I know where a ton of filters are that we're going to be picking up along the way. So I think you have 15 full minutes now of filters that the game gives you here at the beginning of the chapter. But again, I'm going to have you guys set up for some more filters in this chapter. So what we're going to do at this stage in the game, guys, is get inside the vehicle. Miller's going to drive for quite a distance, and then he's going to ask you to drive. Okay, just follow the main path and he'll be telling you where to go as well. And then I'll meet up with you guys when we reach our destination.
Take the wheel, Artyom. I'll handle the navigation. We'd better use the map here. No time for driving in circles. Entrance quite close to our position.
So eventually you're going to make it to this dead end. You want to just hop out the vehicle, guys. Follow Miller until you get to a subway tunnel. You're going to crawl through a small gap to the left, and then there's going to be a firefight, okay? And I will, of course, explain to you guys what to do when we get there.
Let's go! We have to move or we're done for! Let's find a way to the city center. That's what I call a cave-in. Through the carriage. I'll help you open that. Let's do this. Skeletons all around. Things have been for 20 years. Let's move on and keep your eyes peeled. This guy's campers. What is your virus night? When you get to the Lane Square station, these little don't go from there. The network isn't very deep here, and the radiation is so high, the locals probably didn't last long. It's a bit safer down here, though we're already feeling pretty on up there. The tunnels. This is just like my home. We're not ending here. What do you know? The air of freedom.
This is the gap I want you guys to squeeze through, okay? Then you're going to be attacked by some mutants. It's going to be a cutscene. Miller's going to come in and shoot this mutant. Now, the game wants you to fight all these mutants, but we can skip them, okay? The room that we want to go in is behind us. So as soon as you get up here and you're able to control Artyom, just do a 180. Do that. Go to the back, take a left. There's going to be a door back here. Okay, we want to go through here. We want to grab the collectible. It's going to be on the right. It's going to be Postcard 20. Going to be collectible 83 of 91. Right there. Okay. As soon as you guys grab this, behind you is a panel that you can interact with where you can get the electricity turned on. You want to immediately go to that panel. There's Postcard 20. Because they're going to be coming here trying to attack you, right? But you can hit this panel, get the lights turned on, and then hit the door to the right, and that will skip this entire sequence. See the door right there? As soon as you get the power turned back on, head through the door and you're good. I'm just showing you there that he still may be behind you, but as soon as you come through the door, he'll catch up with you, right? Because he's going to be out there fighting those enemies. And now what we're going to do is just follow this tunnel. It's a linear path. Follow it all the way out until you get to another open room. You're going to be climbing up like a ramp. As soon as you get there, there's going to be another collectible on your right. That's going to be the Radiogram Transcript. That's going to be collectible 84 of 91. There's the ramp I was telling you guys about. And then to the right, it's going to be your collectible right there. That's going to be the Radiogram Transcript. That's going to be collectible 84 of 91. And now all I want you guys to do is just follow this tunnel all the way down to the very end, okay? Once you guys reach the very end, there's going to be a gate that's going to be closed and a wheel to the left that you need to rotate, okay? Miller's going to be way behind you guys because you can just push on through this area without him. As soon as you turn the wheel, he will automatically catch up with you, and then the sequence starts. We're going to be attacked by some enemies, and of course I'll explain to you guys what to do when we get there. Just showing you like a 360 view of the area here. This is kind of where the game wants you to have the fight, but we're not going to fight these enemies in this open area, okay? We're going to come over here, turn this wheel. Again, that's going to automatically catch Miller up to your position, speed up this process a little bit, and that's also going to spawn in these enemies. Now, all we need to do is, actually, do we have to turn this again? I think we had to turn it one more time. All we have to do, guys, once the enemies spawn into the area, is go back inside of the, I'll show you right here actually. Go back out the same way that we came in, okay? And all you have to do is just crouch in here and wait. The only time you want to fight these enemies, guys, is if it looks like Miller's just having a hard time with them and the sequence is taking too long, or if they charge you. Like if they charge you like this, you can shoot them or you can melee them, either way. And all we have to do is just sit inside of this train car, guys, and kill these enemies if they come to us, and if they don't, we're just gonna let Miller take care of them, and that's it. All right, once all the enemies are dead, we can get the door open. We'll come back over here, rotate the wheel. And once the door opens, guys, you don't have to wait for Miller, okay? The faster you push through this chapter, the faster he'll come along with you, right? Now, if you guys want to stay behind him and kind of listen to the dialogue, of course you guys can do that. But if you want to speed this process up, you can. We'll hit these escalators, take a left. Gonna be a door we need to open. We're going for another collectible here. This will be collectible 85 of 91, and it's called the Weather Report. All you want to do when you kick down this door is you want to walk straight, but you want to keep looking to the left. Notice how many doors I go through here. This is the first doorway. See that? Notice I'm looking to the left. It's not there. Second doorway. See that? Still not there. There it is. So go through two doorways. It'll be on your left. That's the Weather Report. Again, collectible 85 of 91. Now we just want to keep progressing through this area until we find a dead end. There's going to be some snow everywhere, a gate. It's going to look like you can't go anywhere. When you guys see that, actually it's going to be right here to the left. Looks like you can't go anywhere, but you actually can. See that pipe? Go interact with this pipe. There's going to be a boy on the other side of this pipe, and he's going to try to outrun you, try to get away from you and Miller. All you want to do is just chase him through all the tunnels or whatever, and eventually it's going to end, and you're going to have to kind of play hide and go seek with the boy. And I'll show you where he's hiding once we get to that part of the guide.
Follow him. Good luck.
All right, so here's the part I was telling you guys about. You and Miller are having a hard time finding the kid, but he's always going to be inside of this trash can. I think I point to it right there. So just check the trash can. There'll be another dialogue sequence that happens here between you, Miller, and the boy. Again, I'm cutting that part out. And now he's going to take you to their headquarters, basically, right? On the way, though, we're going to get jumped by some enemies. I'm going to show you guys a really cool way to deal with these enemies. Now, you're playing on easy difficulty, so to be honest with you guys, this is probably an overkill strategy that you don't necessarily have to use. You can just get out there and run and gun with the enemies, to be honest with you. But I did want to show it to you guys, and I have another strategy lined up for you guys when it comes to Ranger Hardcore. But all you want to do is look to the left. Actually, it's going to be behind us now for the gameplay. See how the enemies are coming out? Again, you guys are playing on easy, so you might just want to stand your ground and just shoot them. But if you come over here and you crouch down behind this area, they'll just keep flooding to you and you can just shoot them in the face. Remember, you guys are playing on easy, so just crouch down so you can get eye level with them. Let them hit you 1 or 2 times, it doesn't matter, and then just blast their face off. You know, just that simple. Now, this does not work on Ranger Hardcore because they can kill you really quick. But again, I have a whole new strategy for you guys when it comes to that difficulty. But feel free to, again, to run and gun with them if you want to, or if you want to make this safe play even better. And I'll hook up with you guys when we're done with this encounter. Once that encounter is over with, the boy is going to open up the gate. You guys can push on through. There's going to be a door up here to the right. Head through the doorway, follow the hallway into their headquarters. And then on the left is going to be your postcard. It's going to be postcard 21. It'll be collectible 86 of 91. And there you go, guys. Old world pictures. That is your trophy for getting all 21 postcards. You can see right there, postcard 21. So that trophy is behind us when it comes to the collectibles in the game. You have another collectible over here on this wall. This will be collectible 87 of 91. This one's called Orders. Okay. Now you're probably noticing that we have 5 empty slots down there. After I picked up Orders, we have 5 empty slots. And I just told you guys 87 collectibles of 91. Obviously, if you add on 5 to that, right, you have 88, 89, 90, 91, 92. Okay. The reason why I've been telling you guys that you've had 91 collectibles this entire game is because I didn't want to confuse anybody, because the description of both of these trophies add up to 91. It says that you have 21 postcards and 70 diaries, okay, which is of course 91. But there's actually 92 collectibles in the game. There's 21 postcards and 71 diary entries, okay? And again, I just didn't want to confuse anybody. So there's technically 92. I should have been saying 92 the whole time, but I was afraid that if somebody stumbled upon the video, maybe, you know, episode 5 or something, and they heard me say 92 collectibles, they'd be like, wait, there's not 92 collectibles, because the description for both of these trophies add up to 91. You see what I'm saying? And I felt that I would have had to answer a bunch of comments about that. That's the reason why I've kept it 91, and I'm going to continue to keep it 91 until we get to 91. Then we'll have 91 of 91, and then I'll tell you guys where the 92nd collectible is going to be. And then that's when you guys will be able to pop your trophy. It's very confusing. It's actually very confusing when any game's description doesn't line up with actually what's going on in the game. But this one was crazy confusing, man. I replayed so many times this game because I was like, man, I'm counting it correctly, right? Like I'm counting everything the way that it is. And there's some websites out there that are still claiming that there's 91 collectibles. And then some websites who have picked up on the issue like I have and are saying, no, there's 92. You know, there's 71 diaries, and then there's 21 postcards. So notice that I'm popping a quick save there. We're gonna head up these stairs, hit a U-turn. We're gonna pick up another collectible. Gonna be over here on the seat to the right. And it should be in view. There it is right there. That's going to be your next collectible. That's going to be the notebook. Again, 88 of 91, just for the sake of argument. All right, guys, the trick to this next section is it's a wave-based section, and there is a wheel that we have to turn, and we have to turn that wheel before we're attacked by the enemies. Right? So you'll kill 3 or 4 enemies. You'll have a small window of opportunity to turn that wheel. If you don't turn it quick enough, more enemies will attack you. If you're turning the wheel, maybe you're halfway through it, there's a little gauge that obviously tells you how far along you are in the process. If they attack you while you're turning the wheel, it resets it to 0. That's basically what's going on at this stage in the game. There is a way to do this super quick. I reserved that strategy for you guys when it comes to Ranger Hardcore difficulty, because you're on easy mode now. I think right here, I was like, man, I probably can just go up there and turn this thing. Oh yeah. I tried to go ahead and turn it because I only saw 1 enemy. But as soon as you go to turn it, see how they start attacking you from behind? All you want to do, guys, is just kill a few enemies and then rotate the wheel. If you get lucky, you get lucky. If not, they'll hit you. Like right now, I'm gonna turn it. Right? Sometimes they don't attack you. Sometimes they will. If they attack you, just kill them all. Keep turning it. You're gonna rinse and repeat that, guys, until you're able to turn that wheel in the small window of time that you have here in between waves of enemies. Alright, now that you have that sequence complete, you're still going to hear the enemies behind you, but if you push on through this train car, guys, they will not be able to follow you in here, okay? And now all we want to do is keep walking, and there's going to be a boat to our left. We want to take that boat down the river. So we're gonna go ahead and dock the boat right here. We need to pick up a collectible. This one's called the Worn Out Diary. This will be collectible 89 of 91. We're gonna just push through here, guys. It's all linear. You don't have to sprint through here. You can if you want to. Just gonna take a left. There's gonna be a bunch of enemies shooting at you and stuff like that. Just walk through it, it's not a problem. Squeeze through this door. Go to the left, up the ramp. And then to your left is gonna be the collectible. Now what you can do at this point is wait. There's gonna be an enemy that spawns in behind us through the door. You might wanna kill that enemy first before you grab this collectible. Doesn't matter either way. You can see here that I'm actually getting hit. Like if you wanna wait and like shoot this enemy first, then get the collectible, you know, that's gonna be better for you guys. But again, you're playing on easy difficulty, so it doesn't really matter. All right, as soon as you come out of that door, make a right and then follow this area back out. It's all gonna be linear and then you'll be back to the boat, okay? Now all you wanna do is take the boat and row it down the river, okay? It's gonna be a super long tunnel, okay? I'm gonna be time-lapsing a little bit of this here, guys, because it takes a long time to go down this tunnel. You're gonna wanna put your gas mask on periodically because you're not gonna be able to breathe. You don't have to keep it on, just put it on for a few seconds and take it off. And then when you hear yourself breathing heavy, put it back on and take it off. That'll save you guys on your filters. And of course, if you wanna just keep your mask on the entire time, feel free. I mean, you guys will have plenty of filters for this, but I just wanna let you know that that's a way that you can conserve your filters, right? And then once you guys get to the end of this tunnel, you're gonna pop another trophy for passing the Putrid Tunnel, which is where we are right now. It's called Putrification. So now we get to square off against the snakes. Not that difficult, guys. I think in this clip I stand up in the boat, but I think in my Ranger Hardcore playthrough I crouch. And that's because if you're crouched in the boat, it's harder for them to hit you with their projectile. Again, it doesn't mean much of anything on easy difficulty. Okay, so I just stand up in this clip. But if you want to avoid their projectiles, you can crouch. And again, it doesn't really matter which weapon you're using here. I'm using the valve. You can use the ash shot, whatever. It's going to be one shot and they will stop bothering you. The one shot per enemy. There's going to be 4 or 5 enemies. Notice that I'm just looking toward the back of the boat. They tend to like to gather up back there and you can get your shots on. And like I said, after you kill 3 or 4 of them, maybe 5, it just depends. You'll be able to advance, not a problem, okay? I'm gonna time lapse some of this. You're just going underneath the tunnel where the green lights are, all right? And then we're gonna dock and continue. Now I'm gonna show you guys a little trick here that I feel like has been patched. But just in case this doesn't work, I want you guys to notice the bridges to my left. See the little bridges that kind of connected to the train car to my left? That's where you want to go if this does not work, okay? Notice what I'm doing here. I'm just going to jump across. I'm going to land, then I'm going to back up and land in the water. When you come out of the water, you will be exactly where the game wants you to be to continue with this area. But like I said, I filmed this before the patch, and then I tried to do this again on Ranger Hardcore after the patch, and it didn't work. But again, there's 2 little bridges that are connecting that platform where you guys got off on the boat to the train car to your left. You just want to take those 2 little bridges over to the train car, run to the back of the train car, and then you guys will be in that same area. I just thought that was a nice little trick to kind of bypass some of that area, but I don't know if it's going to work for everybody because the patch has come through, and I think they may have corrected that. So. Again, we're just following everything out. I'm trying to go super slow because I know it's kind of dark. Trying to show you guys as much stuff as I can. Ideally, you just want to be sprinting through here though. There's a tunnel that the game wants us to go down to continue with the story. But to the left over here is a workbench and some resources that we can grab. I think I use the workbench here, but I don't. I think I just back out of it. Yeah. I'm just showing you that if you don't have enough resources for what we're about to do, you have plenty of resources right here. Notice the 2 air filters. We talked about that. There's a bunch of resources, more air filters down there. There's also, I think there was another, I think I actually missed some resources in here. To the left, guys, I feel like is another box that I did not loot. You might want to check that. You remember where those 2 air filters were that we picked up first? I think to the left of that is another box you guys can pick up for some resources. But notice the only thing I was really worried about there was my my ash shot ammo, right? But if you're low on health, I mean med kits or something like that, you guys can craft. No big deal. All right, let's just continue here. We're going to continue all the way out until we find a switch. That switch is going to drop a boat down, and we're going to be able to take that boat out of here. All right, guys, now that you're in the boat, you're going to notice the snakes are back. We're going to have to do the same thing that we did before. Again, not a big deal. You're going to have, I don't know, a handful of these snakes to contend with. Once you're done, we're just going to row the boat down the tunnel directly ahead of us. It's going to feel like you should be using your med kit as you go down the tunnel, and you can. I mean, it's not going to matter either way, but the game is wanting you to pass out. Okay, it's part of the storyline. So as you get down through that tunnel, if you start seeing the blood start to show up on the top of the screen and stuff, just keep rowing, guys. You'll be fine. And as soon as you get to the end of the tunnel, the cutscene will take over, and I'll meet you guys when we get there. Okay, guys, so after the dialogue sequence, we need to pump ourselves full of this injection so we can stay alive, because we're pretty we're pretty jacked up at the moment. She's gonna fade away, then we're gonna slowly get up. Now the game wants you to go on straight down this tunnel. It's gonna be turning the lights out on you. Stuff's gonna be floating and all kind of crazy stuff. Before we get to that point though, guys, we want to make sure we stop right here and loot this. More filters for you guys, okay? Grab those filters, and now we want to push on down this tunnel. Again, the lights are going to be turning on and off. Stuff's going to be floating in the air. Just keep pushing on straight, guys. You're good to go. We're going to come up here, wrap around this area, and there's going to be an office on the left. You'll see the door open. We're going to walk inside that office, get the next collectible, which will be the brown note. That's going to be collectible 90 of 91. There's going to be some filters in there on the shelf. To the left of where the filters are is a safe with some more resources. I don't think I'll loot that in this gameplay because I didn't need it. And then just before you leave this office on the left, by the door is some lockers you guys can loot for more resources. Again, there's your brown note. That's going to be collectible 90 of 91. All right, guys, let's head out of the office. Let's take a left. This is all a very linear path. We want to keep following this out, guys. Eventually, we're going to get to kind of an open area. Before we drop off into the open area, we want to make sure we pick the filters up. I'll show you that. And then when you get to the open area, just push all the way to the back of the map. There'll be a little cutscene. And then as soon as the cutscene's over, I'll show you guys what to do after that. All right, guys, after the cutscene, we're going to walk forward. There's going to be a tank. You'll see this tank. The game wants you to drop down and follow the animal. You'll see an animal off in the distance. See that? I think I point to it. Yeah, we're not going in that direction yet. We're going the opposite direction. Going to be a collectible down here and some resources for you guys. This will be the Dusty Notebook. Again, 91 of 91, but there's one more left, okay? And if by some strange reason my count is wrong, then just disregard my commentary when it comes to how many collectibles are in the game. And of course, if you guys are collecting everything I'm collecting, you're fine, whether there's 91 or 92. But per my count, I'm counting 92 collectibles in the game, so we'll just take it from there. Run down the tunnel again. I'm going to be time-lapsing some of this, guys, because it's just a linear path. You cannot get lost here. Wrap around. Going to be a door up here to our left, or I guess an entryway. I'm going to follow this out. There's going to be some resources on the shelf here to the right of the door if you guys want to pick them up. There. Just keep following this area around, guys, until you make it to a ladder. When you climb the ladder, there's going to be an enemy that's going to attack you. I'll explain what to do with that enemy when you guys get there. So these enemies are called blind ones, and we do have a trophy for passing this entire research facility without killing one of these enemies, okay? So even though they can't see, of course they can still hear. So make sure you pop a quick save. We're gonna stay crouched. We don't wanna fire our gun or do anything, you know, crazy in terms of our movement, and then we won't have any issues with these enemies. I think there's like 5 of them in this area that you're gonna have to worry with. I think the last sequence, there's 2 of them at one time, but it's fairly easy, guys. But we want to make sure that we're not bothering them, not killing them, so that we can pop that trophy when we pass this facility, okay? We're going to come back here, restore the power. What's going to happen is the blind one is going to come charging through this door once the power turns on. What I find is that if I just break to the right and go around the caged area, he doesn't bother me, okay? You'll see what I do right here. Just gonna wait for him to push through and then just crouch, go to the right. Again, he's blind, so it doesn't matter if your lights are on, okay? I'm standing up here so I can go a little bit faster. See how he's inside the caged area? Then I just walk past him. Again, you guys are playing on easy difficulty, so they're not gonna be as alerted to your presence as they would be on Ranger Hardcore, right? Turn the lights on here. It's gonna open up the gate. and then you guys can push on through. Alright, so this is going to be your second encounter with the blind one. I think I'm going to adjust my brightness here for you guys because it's super bright. He's going to push through the door. He's going to start coming down the middle of this room. I like to put RTM on the right hand side of the map. See this? Kind of wait a few seconds till he'll start walking your way, because there's all kind of like glass and stuff on the ground that's going to be making noise. So he'll be alerted to that, and then when he is, you just push around the left side of the map like this, right? And just bypass him completely. Okay guys, finally time to get our last collectible. Again, this is either 91 of 91, or if my count is right, it's going to be 92 of 91. But either way, you guys will be able to get your trophy. I'm showing you here, that's the enemy. We can just skip him altogether. Drop down here, go through the door. It's going to be immediately after you open up this door, your last collectible. It's going to be the shipping list, and then you guys should get the trophy Librarian for finding all the diary pages. Again, whether there's 70 or 71, you guys can actually count. Leave it down below in the comments, but I'm pretty sure there's 71 on that list, but I could be wrong. But like I said, as long as you guys have been collecting everything I've been collecting, whether there's 92 or 91, you guys should be able to pop that trophy. So this is the encounter I was telling you guys about, where you have two blind ones that you have to worry about at the same time. What we need to do is restore power to this room, and then of course leave via the, there's a big door, double door at the back of this area. That's your exit point, right? But we got to restore the power first. Okay, so we're gonna interact with this panel, and we got to go upstairs and flip the switch, and then the door will be open and we can exit. The trickiest part is this blind one right here on the bottom. You're gonna wanna wait until that blind one starts walking towards you, and then you want to go to the left side of this fixture to my left and kind of wrap around the area. There's some glass and stuff on the ground if you wanna walk around. If he's not moving, you can walk around and make a couple, make some noise, and then he'll continuously walk in the direction where he hears the noise, right? And then you can sneak around this way. All right, keep pushing on through to your left. I'm just showing you that that's the exit point, but you got to head up these stairs first. And there's going to be, the panel is over here behind this rubble. Or I guess it's not rubble, it's dead bodies, I think, or something over there. Skeletons, I think. It's pretty gross. Flip these switches up like that. Okay. I pointed there because sometimes the blind one will jump up here with you. If he does, you have to fall off this platform and go back down to the bottom floor and make your way back around. Okay. But I was just showing you that a lot of times he won't, but I have had him do that with me in practice. So you have to be careful there. That's it. Push on through. This is the door that opened up by us restoring the power. And now we just need to follow this out. Very linear through here until we get to the end of the game, guys. You're going to go in here, grab the medicine. And then there's going to be a little chase sequence that happens with one of the blind ones. But that blind one does not count in terms of your trophy. You will end up killing that blind one, but it's all a sequenced event. It's a cutscene. Just make sure that you're continuously pressing the square button so you can do your quick time prompts and kill that blind one, and you guys will be good to go.
I'm sorry.
And once you finish that last quick time event, that's going to be enough to take this enemy out. And then of course, when the screen fades to black, you guys will pick up your trophy guide for getting through the research facility without killing one of the blind ones. And then I'll meet back up with you guys for the last sequence of the game once we reach episode 13. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have any questions, leave them down below in the comments. And for those of you who are supporting me over on Patreon financially, thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys in the next one. Be good.